Assalamu alaikum. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I will be demonstrating you about the beta thalassemia, which is the type of the thalassemia. Now, what is the beta thalassemia? Beta thalassemia is caused due to the decreased or absence of the beta globin genes. Now, what causes the decreased or absence of the beta globin genes? Actually, due to the gene substitutions. Gene substitution leads to the decreased or absence of the beta globin genes. We know that genes in the gene substitution, what happens that the healthy gene is replaced by the mutant gene. So let's start. Decreased or absence of beta globin genes is observed. Due to the gene substitutions which causes the abnormality in production of functional mRNA. So due to the abnormality in the production of functional mRNA, decreased or absence of the beta globin genes is observed. But during the beta thalassemia, the concentration of the alpha globin genes remains normal. So this is also a notable point that the alpha globin genes concentration remains normal. Now furthermore, adding more information to it, substances gets accumulated in the during the disease known as the beta thalassemia. Now what are those substances? Number 1, HbA. Number 2, HbF. Number 3, HbA2, which is also known as the adult hemoglobin. And number 4, alpha chain precipitates. So during the beta thalassemia, normal hemoglobin, fetal hemoglobin, adult hemoglobin and alpha gene precipitates gets accumulated during the beta thalassemia. Furthermore, continuing now, we know that there are two copies of the beta globin genes that are present on the chromosome 11. So two copies of beta globin genes are present on chromosome 11. So on the basis of this information, beta thalassemia is divided into the minor thalassemia and major thalassemia. Now first of all, discussing about the minor thalassemia, which is the first type of the beta thalassemia. Now what is the minor thalassemia? In the minor thalassemia, out of two genes, one gene is defective and one gene is healthy. So that's why this minor thalassemia is not as much lethal as the major thalassemia, because in in this particular disease, one defective gene is present and one healthy gene. So that's why no treatment is required. So one defective gene, it possesses, and no treatment is required. Secondly, talking about the major thalassemia. In this major thalassemia, both genes are defective. So that's why this major thalassemia is very much lethal and it leads to the very serious complications. Both genes are defective. Now, the baby which possesses this disease known as the major thalassemia develops the disease known as the coolie anemia. So, this major thalassemia leads to the disease known as the coolie anemia, in which deficiency of blood is observed. Deficiency of blood is observed. So, major thalassemia leads to disease known as the coolie anemia. Now, the baby which possesses the major thalassemia disease, the symptoms appear after 1 year of birth. And what happens that the disease known as the coolie anemia develops due to the ineffective erythropoiesis, because ineffective erythropoiesis leads to the deficiency of blood, which leads to the coolie anemia disease. So symptoms appear after 1 year of birth in the fetus due to ineffective erythropoiesis. Highlighting this important word. Now, in order to combat this disease, these symptoms, multiple blood transfusions are given to the patient. So, multiple blood transfusions are given to the patient so that the deficiency of the blood can be healed. Now, this multiple blood transfusions leads to the one setback, that what happens that the iron overload develops. Due to the multiple blood transfusions, one setback appears, which is known as the iron overload. So this is the, you can say, the side effect of the multiple blood transfusions, that iron overload appears. And this iron overload should also need to be combated. This also need to be healed, and in order to treat this iron overload, iron chelation therapy is required. So, iron chelation therapy is required to remove this iron overload, which is the setback of the multiple blood transfusions. So these are the temporary treatment which is required to heal the major thalassemia. But the permanent treatment is hematopoietic stem cell transplantation. The permanent treatment of major thalassemia is homeopoietic stem cell transplantation. So all these treatments, which is known as the multiple blood transfusions, are temporary. This do not treat the major thalassemia disease permanently. So in order to heal this major thalassemia disease permanently, the permanent treatment is required, which is the homeopoietic stem cell transplantation. So I have given you the brief description about the beta thalassemia disease and hope you have understood it well. Don't forget to subscribe MS Lectures. Thank you.